Hello, hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Ban, and today I'll be helping you complete Wyvern Hell Mode. Wyvern is a very important part of Epic 7 because Wyvern is where you get your gear from in this game. And you'll be fighting Wyvern a lot. So you will need a team to clear Wyvern. And this over here is that team. I'm going to show you where to get the gear. I'm going to show you how to get the gear. I'm going to teach you how Wyvern functions and what your unit should do in order to defeat Wyvern. So let's go over here. Settings, let's check in rewards, right? So over here, this is where you get the level 75 gear, and this is where you get the level 75 HP gear that Angelic Montmorancy has on. Right? And Sigret, after completing the Orbis Guide missions over here, in the beginning here, right, you'll get level 85 speed gear, and you'll get level 85 hit gear. So you can put that on your Muwi or your Sigret. You get Muwi down here, and you get 6 copies of Daydream Joker, right? On the next level, you get Sigret. When you clear this, you get level 85 destruction gear, which Sigret's gonna wear. And you get the hit pieces that could be put on Sigret as well. You get some pearls, and you get an ascension potion. What I would recommend is using your ascension potion on Muwi so that you don't have to level him manually. Since he's a 3-star, you have to get him to 3-star to 4-star, then 4-star to 5-star, then 5-star to 6-star. So instead of using that bottle on Sigret, who's already a 5-star, and then you have to make a 6-star, it's better to use these bottles on 3-star units. So I use this bottle on my Muwi so that I don't have to, level him up as much as I have to level Sigret up. Momo, you could just level Momo naturally, and Furious only needs to stay level 50 in order for him to do his job. You can also get this Awakening Elixir when you start making your team, and you could use your Awakening Elixir on whatever units you want to max awaken. So I haven't used this yet because I don't have a reason to use it. But if you're struggling to if you don't want to wait and you don't want to farm and you want the team up and running as fast as possible.
Just fucking speak properly, their words.
If you want the team up and running as fast as possible, you could use the Awakening Elixir on either Sigret or Momo or Muwi if you want. It's fine. Later on, if you want, you can replace Momo with Brig. Just slap Momo's gear on Brig, and he could be your Wyvern tank. First of all, let's look at the units. Alright, first of all, we have Angelic Montmorancy. This is going to be your frontline healer tank. Montmorancy is used in the front row in order to tank Wyvern. You want to get this HP set on her, which you get on day 3 of playing Epic 7. You get this free HP set, and you could put her on Prophetic Candlestick. This is a 3. This is a free 3-star artifact. If you don't have this, however, then you could just probably slap on anything you have, because it's not really that important. You just want an artifact with a lot of HP, quite frankly. You want to, my gear isn't even fully leveled, and I'm able to clear Wyvern Hell Mode. In terms of her skills, you want to level her skills to level 3. Any other levels will be fine, but my problem is I'm kind of out of stigma right now. So hold on to your stigma. You level her S2 to 3, and you could just leave this unleveled. But the most important part of Angelic Montmorancy's kit is completing her specialty change and also completing her skill tree. So you want to complete the skill tree because it basically gives her extra skills, right? Like this one grants purification and it heals all allies. It gives continuous healing. This one gives her more health. This one gives her more effect resistance. This one makes you take less damage. This one heals you as well and cleanses debuffs. So you want to level out her skill tree. If you don't level her skill tree out, you will die. You will die. You don't need to fully awaken her to 6-star. You could 60 her and like leave it just like mine's. And yeah, she's a solid tank. Also, later on, you could replace her with Brig for free. Brig is a free unit, but at this point in the game, you have to clear Wyvern in order to get Brig. So Brig will replace her eventually, but this is my frontline tank for now. And the difference between Montmorancy and Brig is that Montmorancy doesn't take Mologoros, so she is way more free-to-play friendly than Brig. You don't have to spend any molas on Brig. You could just use Stigma to level Montmorancy. So that's why I prefer Montmorancy over Brig, because I like to save resources. The second unit on the team, Muwi. So Muwi is a damage dealer / debuffer. And what he does is he defense breaks on his S3. A defense break basically is a debuff that decreases defense of the enemy, and it makes you do more damage. It also increases his attack by 50%, so he also gets more damage. You want to put this to +3 because you want him to have a higher effect. You want him to have a higher effect chance, meaning you want him to be more likely to hit his debuff. If you could get it to 4, that would be great, because then it would be 75% instead of 60%. This here is his most important skill. So what he does, right, is when the ally in the front is attacked, he counterattacks and he decreases attack by 50% of whoever he hits, right? And also, every time an ally is hit, he increases their combat readiness by 10%. So when the Wyvern hits Montmorancy in the front, everybody on your team gets a combat readiness push. You don't need to level this skill because it's only damage. You could level it when you get Stigma. Again, I don't have Stigma. When you get more Stigma, you can max this out, but for now, it's not really needed. And his first skill is just a damage skill. You want to level this to +4 because you want him to have more chances to bleed. Yeah. Oops, I have to go back. And for his stats, this is the free crit damage gear that you get for completing the Orbis missions. You get this free set, and you also get free Daydream Joker, which is best in slot on him. You could give him an attack ring. I really need more. You could give him an attack ring, but an effectiveness ring is also fine. You just want him to land his debuffs and do damage. Yeah, his main goal is debuffing Wyvern and CR pushing your team. He's like an all-in-one. Also, an important stat on him is effectiveness, because the Wyvern has 80% effect resistance, so you want to have enough effectiveness in order to land your debuffs on Wyvern in the first place. I'm a little bit short. You want to have like 75, 85 in order to debuff Wyvern, but you have to use what you get, right? And I don't have enough charms to level this up. If I level this up and I roll effectiveness, it'll be fine. But I could also use an effectiveness ring, mean stat ring, instead, in order for him to land his debuffs. But this works fine. The next unit on the list is Sigret. Sigret's main role is damage. You want her to do as much damage as possible to Wyvern. She also is ran on Daydream Joker, and you're probably wondering, why is Daydream Joker so important? So basically what Daydream Joker does is it makes you do damage based on how much health the enemy has. So enemies with high HP pools, you want to put Daydream Joker on them, especially in hunts. So you'll see all the damage dealers in Wyvern or any hunt using the Daydream Joker artifact. I just put on the free attack set you get on day 2. and also these 2 pen pieces. Today is April 11th. This will probably go away after April 11th. So you're probably gonna ask, well, what do I replace with this? You could either just put the full attack set on her, or you could use the free penetration pieces that they give you. The free penetration pieces that they give you in the Orbis missions. So you could run full attack for now, and then when you get the penetration pieces, then you could put the penetration pieces on. Sigret's skills, you don't really have to level this up, but I did. You don't have to level this up. You could level it to 2 and then just not use the cooldown, but that's fine. S2, you don't really have to level this either, but you could if you want to. Getting the 100% effect, getting the.
What I'm saying is,
That
why
guy's
the
just
fuck is
alpha as
talking?
fuck already.
Why is talking so fucking hard? What I'm saying.
100% chance to land is good, but my Sigret does not have effectiveness. So she's just full damage. So you could probably ignore the effect chance and just do it for the damage. And this is her most important skill. You wanna max this out, but again, I don't have the resources right now. It will work at this point anyway. So certain units have something called an exclusive equipment, and what an exclusive equipment does is basically it gives your unit more damage, or it gives them like a special perk. So Sigret has an exclusive equipment. So one of the exclusive equipments gives her a higher chance to bleed on her S1. The first one gives increased damage by Sever by 20%, which increases the damage of her S1 by 20%. And the last one says, after using Smash, which is her S2, the health condition to activate Sever attack changes to 75%. And what that is telling you is that what that means is when the Wyvern, when any enemy is at 50% HP, Sigret will do an extra attack and S1. And the threshold for it is 50% here. However, if you put on this exclusive equipment, the threshold will be 75%. The best one is increased damage dealt by Sever by 20%. If you have the damage to kill Wyvern fast enough. Increasing Sever's chance by inflicting bleed is also good if you are running effectiveness on your Sigret, but my Sigret doesn't have any effectiveness, right? She's just full damage. We just want her to do damage, right? So if you want to put your Sigret on an effectiveness ring for her to land her debuffs, you could do that. And then you could run Sever, the second E, or the first one. All of these are good. How you get an exclusive equipment, however, you don't get to choose them, right? You don't get to choose your exclusive equipment. So what happens is that you go in this exchange shop over here. You get this currency from completing Hall of Trials. You will not be able to complete Hall of Trials properly. You won't get the max rewards. But I got 40 for free. And you basically buy a chance to get one of 3 of these. I got the lowest attack roll, Kek W. I got the lowest attack roll being 7. And I got the bleed one. But any extra damage helps. So you want to just roll this, get Sigret's EE. Whichever one you get, you get. You don't get to choose. Whichever one you get, you get. Hopefully you get a 14% increased damage. Hopefully you get a 14% attack EE, the first one. Yeah, hopefully you get that one. That is the best one in my opinion. And yeah, this is the build. And you want it to have 50% crit chance. The reason why you want it to have 50% crit chance is because of this unit called Furious, right? Furious is the main buffer of the team and debuffer. So what Furious does is that he gives your entire team a 50% crit chance buff, which means you don't have to worry about the gear rolls too much. So this is the most important part of Furious's kit. for us the 50% crit chance. So what he does, he will S2, use this buff, give everyone crit chance. He'll get an extra turn, and then he will use his S3. And what his S3 does is it increases defense by 100%. This is very important. You need to stick this debuff in order to kill Wyvern consistently. He could miss sometimes, he could be resisted sometimes, and you will fail runs because of it. But it's fine because you just want it to be as consistent as possible. You will not clear Wyvern all the time. You will RNG fail some runs. But he is the best Wyvern unit that you need right now. And also, right, this gear, this is free. This is free. This is free. I bought these two pieces from the arena shop. This is just a random level 70 piece. This is just a random effect hit rate piece. And it's just a level 7 sword, right? This is fine. You could work with this. And Song of Stars, you also get for free when you get Ice Area. So you want to put Song of Stars on your Furious because of how the Wyvern works. When I go through the run, I'll explain exactly how Wyvern works and why you need all of these debuffs. If you do not have
Why you stutter? Why you stutter? Why? Why?
any extra gear to put on your Furious, you could always just use Goblin gear. You want to have him at 200 speed, but this is fine. Once he's able to cycle his skills. Alright, we're going to go through the run and I'm going to show you exactly how this works. Wyvern is usually run on auto because nobody's going to manual this like 200 times, right? Nobody wants to have to manual this 200 times. So we have it on. Yeah. He's going to defense break. Cool Momo will heal Sigret here. She S2s. These mobs will never kill your units. So this is kind of bad here. We wish Muwi killed this little guy here so that Furious could use his defense break on the Wyvern, but it doesn't always go the same way, so it's fine. So how Wyvern works is that if he has 2 or more debuffs, he will only hit the unit in the front. And Momo is our tank / healer, so we want her to always be hit by Wyvern. So that's why you need effectiveness in order to land your debuffs. She has 80% effect resistance, so we want to have enough debuffs in order to land our debuffs on him. We land our defense break. Counter attack. So keeping debuffs on him is the most important part of Wyvern.
It's hard, but I won't give up.
Alright, Furious S2s. He's gonna S3 here. Put defense break on him, and then Sigret will kill. Simple run. We're gonna run it a few more times because you could RNG lose this, but we're gonna keep trying it, right? Actually, we'll let it run a little bit.
Forward. We will destroy. Stand against us.
See how Furious, Yellow Dragon resisted Furious's S3, so he didn't get defense broken, so it's not gonna run the same way all the time, right? Now these two got defense broken by Muwi this time. Sigret's gonna kill him, and then she's gonna kill the other one. There we go. So now, this time Furious is gonna S2, and he's gonna S3. Because we killed the 2 mobs fast enough. S2. Now we get the S3 Wyvern, so we start with a defense break on the Wyvern. And this, just like I said earlier, he resisted the defense break, but we landed the target. So this run is going to take a little bit longer. But he still has 2 debuffs on him. Well, he has 3 now. He still has debuffs on him, so he will only hit Momo in the front. There we go. We don't have defense break on him, so we will do way less damage. That's why defense break is so important in Wyvern. Alright, hopefully he lands this one. Furious, please, begging. Again, he resisted. This could happen. He resisted Muwi's defense break as well. Attack lower. So the attack lower is good because it helps Momo survive. So she'll take way less damage if he's attack lower. We have the 2 debuffs on. He's going to AoE. This is very important. If he does not land defense break here, we die. Right, he lands it. So if he we have to kill him before this barrier goes away, right? If we don't kill him before this barrier goes away, when he takes his turn, he will AoE and one-shot everybody. He will one-shot everybody there if his shield is not broken. So that's why Furious's defense break is so important. It's really RNG if he lands his defense break or not. Okay, Sigret's S3. And Sigret's S3 also scales with how many debuffs the Wyvern has. There we go. And it's dead again. And we get 5 Sky Stones for free. You don't always get gear drops. You could get Sky Stone drops. You could get Mystic Metal drops. You could get Bookmark drops. You could get gear drops. And you could get the gear match drops. Ooh, so he landed target and defense break this time. Sigret's gonna kill this. Instead, when we come to attack, he lands his attack break. Attack decrease. Sorry.
Here I go.
Sigret's gonna S2 here. Hit him again. So he's gonna S3 this, which is bad. But once he's able to cycle and get the turn over Wyvern, we'll be fine. Wyvern's gonna hit Momo in the front. Counter attack, decrease attack. He's gonna do way less damage now. Furious then landed a debuff. Sigret landed debuff. So he has 2 debuffs, that's good. She's gonna heal herself.
Pain away.
Attack. Attack. Attack, that's fine. He's gonna S2 now. We have the crit chance buff. Now he's gonna defense break the boss. There we go. You just have to give him some tough love. You have to rough him up a little bit in order for him to land his debuffs. Alright, S3, we do some damage. Counter attack. Attack decrease once again. S2. Extra attack. Bap.
It's hard, but I won't give up.
Go with S2 again. Hopefully he lands his defense break. Come on, Furious. And we got resisted. That's fine. It's just gonna take a little bit longer. Once you're able to clear it consistently, don't worry too much about the time it takes, because you could put your phone down, you can leave it on your PC, go do something else while this is running in the background, And look at my goat. My goat Muwi landed the defense break. So Furious does not have to land his defense break here. But he did. So he's gonna S3. We're gonna break the barrier. Bap. Bap. He's gonna hit Momo. We're gonna counter attack. And now Sigret kills. So he ran it 3 times. 100% win rate so far. Yeah, but that's basically how the team works. You want to have enough debuffs on Wyvern so you could only hit Angelic Montmorancy in the front. You want Muwi to have damage and as much effectiveness as possible. Preferably 70-80%. But if you can't get to that threshold, it's fine. You want Furious to have 80% effectiveness We want Muwi to have as much effectiveness as possible, but not over 70. Furious, we want him to have 80% effectiveness in order for him to land his debuffs. Momo, we want her to have as much HP as possible so she is able to heal herself. And we want Sigret to have as much damage as possible. If you could fit some effectiveness inside of that damage as well, you could do that. But I prefer to go raw damage to kill the Wyvern as fast as possible. Okay, he landed target. That's fine. This target is from Song of Stars.
Even if it's just a little.
We don't have 2 debuffs on the Wyvern right now. So he is going to hit whoever he wants. And this is how you fail Wyvern. This is a fail run. So if you don't land any debuffs at all and you get bad RNG, you could fail the run. Let's see if Muwi is able to land his defense breaks, however, we might have a chance.
Vanish into darkness.
Alright. They are landing their debuffs. Yeah, she missed that one. She landed that one. Bleed. Okay, I really need Muwi to land his defense break here. If Muwi does not land his defense break here, we are dead. Muwi, land your defense break, buddy. He did not land his defense break, so we are dead. So let me show you what happens when his barrier stays up.
Obey.
We are dead.
That must have been.
So what he's gonna do is he's gonna AoE, hit us, big tick. Boom. That's what happens. So that's what happens when you don't land your debuffs, and that's why it's so important to land your debuffs. Sometimes, like, you will fail because it is RNG at the end of the day if you hit your debuffs at or not. You can't 100% guarantee that Furious will defense break. You can't 100% guarantee that Muwi will defense break, but it is what it is. So yeah, that's how you fail the run. But majority of the time, you will clear this. So what you want to do also, you see this little thing here where it says restart battle when defeated. You want to click that. You want to click that because you don't want to have to come back and then you see. Oh no, my team died. Oh no, my team died. I have to restart now. Even if I die, it will continue after. But you know, this is like, you should be able to get this team at like day 3, day 4, day 5. You'll have all the gear at that point. So and yeah, that is it. That is our 2025 Wyvern guide for Epic 7 Origins or Epic 6. Teehee. I hope this video helps you out. If you like this video, give me a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like me, you could come check me out on Twitch at twitch.tv/IamBan999. If you have any questions or concerns, you could ask me on Twitch or you could ask me on Discord, link in the description. Thank you for watching my video. I hope it helps, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.